mass manipulation through media and advertising. Since its founding in 1947, the Tavistock Institute has been linked to mass mind control experiments using media and advertising to shape public perception. Governments and corporations studied how subtle messages could influence behavior without people realizing it. By controlling emotions, fears, and desires, they learned how to manufacture consent, making people believe they were making their own choices. From political narratives to consumer trends, Tavistock worked with intelligence agencies and advertising firms to engineer public opinion. The rise of television in the 1950s and 60s gave them a powerful tool to spread messaging quickly. People unknowingly absorbed ideas designed to manipulate them, whether to support wars, accept new ideologies, or buy unnecessary products. The ultimate tool of control wasn't force, it was persuasion. Decades later, the same techniques expanded into social media, AI, algorithms, and psychological profiling. Companies like Cambridge Analytica used mass data collection to predict and influence elections, proving mind manipulation had become more precise than ever before. The question isn't whether we're being influenced, it's how much of our reality has been carefully designed by those in power. Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars, a leaked psychological warfare document. In 1986, a mysterious document called Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars was leaked, claiming to be a secret military manual on mass psychological warfare. It described how economic control, media manipulation, and social engineering could be used to silently wage war on the public. The document suggested that wars no longer needed guns. They could be fought with information. The text outlined a system where financial pressure, fear-based media, and controlled education could be used to weaken populations, making them easier to govern. It suggested that inflation, debt, and economic crises were not accidents but deliberate tools to keep people struggling. By keeping the public distracted, they would never see the true forces controlling them. Though dismissed as conspiracy, the document eerily predicted modern reality. Fear-based news cycles, debt-driven economies, and growing surveillance align with its message. Was this truly a military strategy being implemented in real time? If society can be controlled without violence, have we already entered a silent war we never knew was being fought? Operation Mockingbird, the CIA's control of the news in the 1950s. Operation Mockingbird was launched, placing CIA operatives inside major news organizations to control narratives. Journalists were recruited as informants, while editors and publishers were influenced to push government-approved stories. The result, a press that looked independent but functioned as an extension of US intelligence. The program expanded throughout the Cold War, ensuring coverage supported military interventions, regime changes, and propaganda efforts. Stories that challenged the official narrative were buried, while fabricated reports steered public opinion in favor of government agendas. The media was no longer just reporting the news, it was creating reality. Though exposed in the 1970s, Mockingbird's influence never truly ended. Whistleblowers claim intelligence agencies still control mainstream media, using tech giants to silence dissenting voices. If the press has been compromised for decades, how much of what we believe has been shaped by a hidden hand steering society toward a pre-planned outcome? In this age of information, the lines blur between truth and manipulation as stories are crafted not just to inform, but to control perceptions. The vigilance of the public has shifted, becoming more critical as voices are drowned out by powerful narratives. With each tweet, post, and article, we become players in a game far more complex than we realize. The unsettling concept of predictive programming suggests that movies and TV shows might be subtly preparing us for real future events, planting hidden messages within our entertainment. By presenting fictional scenarios that mirror potential realities, these narratives could condition us to accept alarming occurrences more easily when they unfold in real life. The prevalence of themes like societal collapse and government control in cinema raises questions about the influence of entertainment on public perception. As these fictional narratives resonate with audiences, they may unwittingly prepare us to confront the very issues they portray. Examples of 9/11 imagery in films before 2001. Futuristic pandemics and dystopian surveillance states appearing in entertainment raise questions. Is Hollywood simply imaginative? Or are scripts designed to normalize what's coming? If the media can manipulate emotions, it can also shape expectations, making unthinkable realities feel inevitable. The juxtaposition of these themes sparks intrigue, inviting viewers to question the line between fiction and reality. As entertainment weaves these narratives into its fabric, audiences are left pondering the implications of what they consume. Are these visions merely cautionary tales or prescient glimpses of a possible future? Some theorists believe intelligence agencies use entertainment to seed ideas, making people think certain events are natural progressions. If our culture is subtly programmed through movies and TV, how much of our perception of the world is actually our own? Could films, music, and even video games be tools for psychological warfare? As we consume stories on screens, they shape our expectations and beliefs about reality. The lines between entertainment and control blur, leaving us to question whether our thoughts are truly our own or crafted by unseen hands. The education system, a tool for indoctrination. What if schools weren't designed to educate but to train obedience? Tavistock studies influenced the modern education system, prioritizing memorization over critical thinking. By controlling the curriculum, governments and institutions can shape the worldview of entire generations, ensuring conformity instead of independent thought. Standardized testing, strict school structures, and reward-punishment systems train children to accept authority without question. By the time they become adults, they are conditioned to follow rules, accept government narratives, and dismiss alternative ideas. Education becomes not about learning, but about programming minds to fit into a controlled society. With schools now focusing on identity politics, social engineering, and historical revision, the idea of indoctrination becomes harder to ignore. If education was meant to free minds but now limits intellectual freedom, is it really about knowledge? Or has it become the final step in a long-term psychological control program? The classroom buzzes with debate as students express their concerns about what they're being taught, questioning the accuracy and motivation behind it. In this pivotal moment, they find themselves grappling with the heavy weight of confusion, aching for clarity amidst the shadows of opinion. Ordinary people find themselves at the mercy of unseen forces. As emotions can be manipulated from afar, trust and reality blur, leaving humanity questioning what is genuine. If you enjoyed this video and want to uncover the truths they don't want you to see, head over to Publishing Zombies YouTube channel. Click subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications, and never miss an update. Stay tuned for the next deep dive into the Conspiracy Files playlist, where we reveal the secrets, cover-ups, and hidden agendas they don't want you to see.